Welcome back. It is still Afrosport now in focus. I've still got Ebere Bernard here, the CEO of the Akalaka Spirit of Warrior and the youth director of the Nigerian Mixed Martial Arts Federation here. Off the air, we were talking about marketability of fighters. While I was watching Israel against Dricus, it was very obvious. Dricus is the champion, by the way. Israel lost the title for about 3 editions of the UFC now to headline events. But on every advert for every major brand, it was Israel who was there. Is there something to learn there? It's not really about having the skills. Sometimes some skillful fighters aren't the most marketable.
Yeah, like I said before, MMA is one of the most popular sports now in the world, globally, returning a lot of profit for investors. And so what that means is that it comes with a lot of razzmatazz, hyping, and all that. And that is why if you watch UFC, you might be a very good fighter. If you don't have that personality, that marketability, they ain't going to sign you. Those are the things that they are always looking at. And he has it. The likes of Conor McGregor.
Oh, he knew how to do
that. He knows how to do it. That's he's one of the richest guys in the UFC.
All right, let's move away from that and let's come home. What have you been up to recently? We spoke off the air about some really interesting tournaments coming up and involving some very top Nigerian prospects.
Yeah, as we all know, MMA is still just coming up in Africa and also in Nigeria. But for the past 10 years or so, we've been trying to develop the sport here in Nigeria. And luckily for us, sometime last year, the federation, as in the government, Minister for Sports, granted recognition for MMA. In fact, the next National Sports Festival, MMA is going to be featured as an amateur sport in among other sports. And that's by the way. Also, in the last All African Games in Ghana, MMA was featured as a demonstration sport, and of course, we racking some medals. Very impressive. So the whole idea is to see how we can get into the youth and, a way of giving back and then bring them up through the sports, which we have been doing. Personally, with our promotion, Akalaka Spirit of Warrior, which is focused on Africa, our culture, our value system, we've been able to turn out a lot of young kids, developing them. Notable among them is a young girl called Dose Talomo from Benue State. We nickname her the Woman King.
Oh yeah, she's been making. She's quite popular on social media.
Exactly. So and that comes to the example you give about the personality of Israel Adesoya. So like the fight we are going for now in Egypt, we're traveling tomorrow. The fight is on Friday. It's a world bantamweight women title fight. She's going to fight against the Egyptian champion, the Black Cat. It was via social media. They searched for her on social media, and somehow they reached out to me. They insisted that they want her, because of the kind of things they've seen. It's all about that personality. And not only that, while we are preparing, because right now we are in training camp, while we're inside the preparation, I got a call yesterday from an agency from Dubai if she'll be open to fight next month, 23rd of September, United Arab Emirates. African versus Arabia. So we are making a headway, and not only that, there's another young boy, small boy, 20 years old, that's going to fight alongside her come Friday.
He'll be fighting in Egypt too?
Yes, small pepper, that's what we call her from Port Harcourt. small pepper. So I think we are on the right track.
If you were going to look at countries, because obviously everybody says when it comes to swimming, you look at the North Africans and maybe a bit of South Africa. When it comes to football, you look at the West African countries. What part of Africa do you think naturally has the endowment to produce the best MMA fighters?
I have to be patriotic here, but then I still have to be very, very objective. I see Nigeria and I see Democratic Republic of Congo. They have a lot of good fighters, and they've given us runs for money here in Nigeria.
Have you interacted with MMA fighters or MMA administrators from that part, other parts of Africa?
Yes. I featured fighters from Senegal here in Nigeria, from Togo, from Ghana, from Republic of Benin, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Like we had an event in Abuja. That was March. That was March, the Battle of Pakoku Mountain. We featured fighters from Cameroon, Republic of, Congo DR. So We've started with a whole lot of them.
So one final word before I let you go, though. Where do you think? What do you think? What do you think the future holds for MMA? Is it very distant? Because sometimes you kind of say maybe in 5 years MMA will be huge in Africa, or you look at it and say it can happen anytime from now.
To be modest, I would say in 5 to 10 years' time, Africa is going to be the home of MMA.
That's a very bold statement.
Yeah.
Okay, so we wish you the very best as you head to Egypt. After Egypt, where are you going next?
Saudi Arabia.
After that?
I don't know.
Thank you very, very much for joining us. That was Mr. Ebere Bernard joining us on Afrosport. And now in focus, remember, he is the CEO of Akalaka Spirit of Warrior and, of course, the youth director of the Nigeria Mixed Martial Arts Federation, the NMMAF. So, just in case you're joining us, in case you missed it, Israel Adesanya did lose to Dricus du Plessis over the weekend, so he's failed to pick up the middleweight title in back-to-back fights out there in the UFC. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Tolu Shoda. This has been Afrosport Now in Focus. We'll see you next time.